In this video, I'll demonstrate how to receive a purchase order. For this example, we've already ordered our products from our vendor and created the PO. I'm currently in the Inventory console on the Purchase Orders tab. The purchase order I'll be working with today is the first one listed, so I'll leave the radio button on that selection, and then I'll choose the Receive Purchase Order option. The Receive Purchase Order window opens, and you can see it's divided into three main sections: the header, which includes information on the PO, the products ordered, and the products received today sections. You'll notice the cursor is already in the products received today field, which means I can start scanning the products that were shipped to me, and they'll be individually added into the Received Today section. You'll also notice the option to receive or receive all. Since I don't have a scanner for my system, I'm actually going to select the first product on my PO and use the Receive button to receive this portion of the PO. Notice that by selecting the product and choosing Receive, it received all 40 items at once. Had I used a scanner, I could scan it once and adjust the quantity manually, or scan each SKU individually. Just remember, you may not get everything in one shipment, so double check what you're adjusting to ensure accuracy. It's up to your management to decide what works best for your business. Let's assume I didn't receive all the ordered products in one shipment. If that's the case, I'll want to save the PO without completing it. To do that, I'll first need to enter my vendor invoice number. This would be the invoice provided by the vendor with the products that I purchased. If I received product from a vendor that didn't provide an invoice, I could use a number that makes sense for my business. That being said, any purchase order that has been received or partially received will need a vendor invoice number attached. So let's go ahead and add one now. I've added my invoice number to this purchase order so I can save it as a partially received purchase order. Remember, in this example, I received part of my shipment, but not the entire order. So I'll make sure that the completed checkbox to the right hasn't been checked. It should be this way by default, and it looks good here, so I'll select Save. Here I have the option to print the partially received invoice. I'm sure you noticed the option to email there as well, but that feature is disabled, so you would only be able to print the receiving invoice. It's up to you and your business to determine how to best handle your inventory and PO records. For this example, I'll just close the dialog box. When we save the PO, RQ will bring us back to the Purchase Orders tab. You'll notice the PO we were working on still has a committed status, so I'll select the refresh icon to verify the PO was partially received. Once RQ refreshes, the status of that PO will reflect the work we just completed. When the rest of the shipment arrives, I can come back to this page, open the partially completed PO, and receive the rest of the inventory from that order. Let's do that now. When I open the purchase order, the items I've already received are highlighted. For this example, we'll assume all the other accessories for this order have arrived. Again, since the cursor is in the Products Received Today section, I could immediately start scanning the items in the box, or I could receive them by using the Receive button available in this window. Since I don't have a scanner, I'm going to select the additional accessories with my mouse and then choose Receive. With the rest of my items received, I'll enter the invoice number in the vendor invoice field. Now I'll select the completed option to indicate that all items have been received for this PO, and then I'll choose Save. Again, I have the option to print, but for the purpose of this example, I'll choose Close. Now when I refresh RQ, I should no longer see this purchase order we were working on since it's been completed. And there you have it. You've successfully received a purchase order, and those items are now in stock and sellable.